Right, you know, I gotta piss, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Can I go yet?
Yeah.
Alright.
As a
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. Oh, God, I wanted to read it like quietly, but it sounded eerie.
Oh my god.
Okay.
as a kid, I loved the Toy Story film, and you know what else I loved? The Genesis game.
Play that. Okay. Alright, I gotta. Alright.
Okay.
As a kid, I loved the Toy Story film, and you know what else I loved? The Genesis game.
Alright.
Okay. Okay.
I can't even finish the first word. Alright. Alright.
Okay. Sorry.
Alright, I gotta get. Alright.
We're just laughing at nothing, okay. I need. Alright, restart it. Alright. Start the video. Alright.
As a kid, I loved the Toy Story film, and you know what else I loved? The Genesis game. Played that game every day I got back from school before I went to bed. Every time I got a chance. Fantastic game it was. Pretty much Disney's answer to Donkey Kong Country. Bought a Sega Genesis yesterday. Got it from a very nice thrift shop around the block from the very kind old couple running the place. With that were cartridges of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Aladdin, The Incredible Hulk, and, to my joy, Toy Story. Finally, I thought to myself, a much needed blast from the past. It was Friday, and I had just gotten the weekend off from my job at the local Walmart. I was ready for a weekend long and nostalgic bonanza. Just me and my Genesis. After blowing on the cartridge and inserting the disc, I switched on the. It's a Genesis. You can't install.
Inserting the disc? What does that even mean?
I switched the knob on after skipping the company's logo and legal notices. I got to the title screen. It was Woody's arms crossed, grimacing at Buzz, who was showing off to the other toys. I hit the start button and Woody cried, "Yeehaw!" As
Oh, wait.
expected. After starting the game, though.
That fits
Well,
with the video.
After Buzz Lightyear flew across the screen and knocked over the Toy Story, things went downhill. After a description of what happened in the movie, complete with photos, the first level started where you could have to free the green.
I don't know why the word green made me. Okay.
First level started where you could have to free the Green Army Men and prepare the baby monitor for Andy's birthday party. An early stage, but things were a little off. A little being an understatement. The lighting in the level was sunset, similar to the stage's level, where Woody was confronted by the toy.
I actually want Golden Smoke to record me saying this, like, in one try, without laughing, and post it to YouTube.
Oh my god.
What about you guys laughing at me? It's not really at me, it's at the fucking thing.
It's at the video. Like, wait.
Alright, can we restart? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I have an idea. How about you both mute and I read the entire story and
All right.
post. Type when you want me to start. That's not typing, Golden. Alright.
As a kid, I loved the Toy Story film, and you know what else I loved? The Genesis game. Played that game every time I got back from school before I went to bed. Every time I got the chance. A fantastic game. It was pretty much Disney's answer to Donkey Kong Country. Bought a Sega Genesis game, Sega Genesis yesterday. Got it from a very nice thrift shop around the block from the very kind old couple running the place. With that, cartridges of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Aladdin, The Incredible Hulk, and to my joy, Toy Story. Finally, I thought to myself, a much-needed blast from the past. It was Friday, and I had just gotten the weekend off from my job at the local Walmart. I was ready for a weekend-long nostalgic bonanza. Just me and my Genesis. So after blowing off the cartridge and inserting the disc, I switched the knob to on. What the? Okay. After skipping the company's logo and legal notices, I got to the title screen. It was Woody's arms crossed, grimacing at Buzz, who was showing off to the other toys. I hit the start button, and Woody cried, "Yeehaw!" as expected. After starting the game, though, after Buzz Lightyear flew across the screen and knocked over the Toy Story logo, things went downhill. After a description of what happened in the movie, complete with photos, the first level started where you have to free the Green Army Man and prepare the baby monitor for Andy's birthday party. An early stage, but things were a little off, a little being an understatement. The lighting was in the evening sunset, similar to the stages after the RC level, where Woody is confronted by the toys and must help Rex escape from the level design was the same as in the original aside from that, but the background music was the Nightmare Buzz theme. I didn't know what was going on, but I played along, I guess. As I ran through the levels, I noticed there were no obnoxious enemies in my path, but a few obstacles to attack with my pull string. At the end of the stage, on the shelf where the baby monitor would be, there were small pieces of what looked to be similar to Bo Peep's limbs. Buzz was standing there waiting. When I landed on the ground, a cutscene was triggered. Words appeared over a black background. No music, no digitized images from the film, just words in the normal white font. Bo Peep took a tumble. She's gone, Woody. I was a bit startled by this. It wasn't until Toy Story 3 that Bo was written off. So what happened? Is this a hack? A joke? Part of the original plot? Then I saw a completely animated, digitized CGI clip. It looked like one of those Sega CD clips with the 64-bit graphic capabilities, much lower than 240p, but probably would have looked slightly impressive for the time. The clip featured a shocked, heartbroken Woody holding and staring into the eyes of Bo Peep's severed head, going into a sobbing fit and repeating the word, "No." Bo Peep's eyes staring lifelessly back at him. The weird part? It was the same audio clip from the Toy Story film during the scene where Woody lights a match to ignite Buzz's rocket, only to be thwarted by a passing car. As Woody sobbed, Buzz pouted in shame. Then the clip of Woody turned his head toward the screen with a menacing glare.
It was
the
either
look of an enraged killer. Then faded to black, and another audio file played. Yo! Another quote from Toy Story 1, when Andy abandoned the toys at a gas station by Mike. Gameplay returned. Apparently, I was now fighting Buzz. He seemed quite slow toward me, seeming like an easy battle. Things got real weird as soon as I whipped Buzz. His parts went everywhere, and the Wilhelm scream sound effect played like in the movie. Felt corny at first. Then the screen faded to more white text. "This was your fault, Buzz. I loved her more than Andy could ever love you." Now that really puzzled me. Woody wouldn't even dare compare his love for Bo Peep to his devotion to Andy. Let alone Buzz's. This cartridge was getting stranger by the minute. Next was a shot of Mr. Potato Head pointing at Woody. "Murderer!" cried yet another recycled clip from Toy Story 1. The shot faded and was replaced with a clip of Woody again glaring at the screen. Gameplay? How fucking long is this? Holy shit. I was supposed to whip Potato Head, Robot, Rocky,
Ham, and strangely, even Rex, who helps you during the game. No music in the background, just what sounded like a church bell striking 12. Pieces flew everywhere as I swatted the toys one after the other. Finally, after swatting Rex, the screen faded again. More white text. I wouldn't live in a world without her. Then it showed a CGI clip of Woody falling out of the same window that Buzz was knocked out of in the movie, except he ended up landing in the driveway. His head shattered loudly and violently.
Before he died, and Prince asked Sasha to come up and dance, and she's an excellent dancer. Then Sasha's.
And it showed a CGI clip of Woody falling, except
Because
his head shattered violently in the shards of the plastic, and his body lay lifelessly. After the cutscene faded, I was taken to the fight with Nightmare Buzz. Things were the same, except rather than the usual that played before the fight, you wouldn't want to be in the way. When my laser goes off, the sound clip was Buzz murmuring, "Why did you do it, Woody?" I tried to fight back but the lasso wouldn't only go through him. Unharmed, even when he was checking his indicator. After helplessly losing all my health, Woody went into the game over animation where he'd bleakly pound on the floor. Then Buzz flew into Woody, and both of them dissolved into the background. Another fade, more text. There's only one place suited for your kind, cowboy. Then a hellish cave with green fire faded. Game over, along with the normal game over music. Then fade to the fade and one last text. I'm sorry, Bo. I couldn't skip the text. It seemed to be one of those unskippable scenes, like when you beat the game. I shut off the system, pulled out the cartridge, and played some Aladdin. Didn't sleep well that weekend. What a good story. I rate it 10 out of 10. Probably the best creepypasta I've ever written.
Shadow. First off, I died when I saw this picture on this.
Okay, I went over to check what was going on. I died.
This website is